Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 21, and it's stage 4's Errata. My name's Blades, and yes, we know there is a compile error. So, made me think, hold on a minute, what we didn't look at was this. You see, maths was under C++, and then we did a toolbox and chucked it into maths. But we're on stage 4, and that's on a completely different stage. So what we've done is we've broken our design. So we better go back and fix that. What we should have done here is a toolbox for these two here. So if I put in here a toolbox like that, that will fix it. That's our design. We shouldn't have broken it, and that's why we got an error. So let's save that out, thank you. Oh, by the way, LibreOffice you can get for Windows, and it's free. Lovely. Bye. So let's go back to the correct window. Here we are. Let's do it. So I messed up. I'll hold my hand up on this one. I messed up big time. Because what I didn't do with our maths is a new file and call it toolbox .h. We could do it in lowercase, I think. Toolbox.h. Let's do it in the correct standards. And it's a hash parag once, and all we have to do now is go back to maths H and say, excuse me, but you guys, come on, you're messing us about, you're not supposed to be here, we didn't put you here. So yeah, let's, oh, I need a bracket as well. Okay, we'll try and remember that. So that's taken out all of that stuff that we added there, and we are going to pop it here. And if I press return there and add a bracket, add a space, we have it all in now as toolbox.h. We still have it only in the ambered namespace. By doing this, I really should put a toolbox namespace, I think. But we'll see. We'll see if we can do the fix just like that. Okay. So all we have to do is include that toolbox where we wanted it. So that's a newbie. We will add, please. Thank you. Maths.h we will add as a change. And we used it in our render engine. So it's just these headers. So at the end, all we have to do is put hash include, and it will be //maths plural / toolbox .h. There we go, and that will now contain the items that we wanted. So that's draw entity done, and then we want draw terrain done, please. We should have kept it in stage 4 separated off, is my conclusion from the error, and I would say that is correct. I think the error showed more of a problem with the way I did it than I expected. So it's toolbox.h, and that gives us those functions back. Thank you. Terminal, run build task. Whoops. No errors. There we go. So we are now using C++ 17. Thank you. I thought we were. It was its placement. it was placed in the wrong place. So when we actually included it into our program, maths.h, wherever we had included maths.h, we were also getting our toolbox automatically, which is what I thought we could have done. But obviously we can't, because we only use a toolbox in draw terrain and draw entity. So we are finally compiled. Yeah. So we should have. Do we have that? Open containing folder. Here we go. What I'm looking at here is our library properties. Our library is 279k. Yeah, that's on Linux. So that's all we have, is 279k of text. It's 279 pages of text. Nice coffee. So that would be considered a small library. And oh yes, I wanted to show you something as well. So that's okay now. Yay! That's about right. That's about what I expected. I would have. You can make it smaller by turning it into a .lib, I suppose, or something like that. But I don't care. I don't care. Let's get these alterations through. Oh, we'll take the lot. Who cares? Take them all. I don't care. And that is the errata. Errata and final compile. There we go. Done. Isn't that easy? That's all we had to do, is to split it back into the correct stage. So that wasn't an actual C++ error, that was a design error, and that's what you've got to recognize. That's why I did this design work first, which I wiped off. Never mind. So stick to your design is the answer to that error. Don't mess your designs up. So we are now going back to our tasks, and we are going to be doing not amber SL here, because we know it works. We've done that now. We are going to be doing a test. No. Main build sh test. Yeah, test is in with a capital EST, and that's going to take on that build, and that's going to build our test now in future, because that's what we're on next. We're going to do a test series, a series on how to test. But before we do that, at the end of this, I'm going to give you a little preview. I'm just going to close this folder. There we go. Nothing is here. And I'm going to open a workspace, am I? Open recent. That one. And just to show you that all of this code. Oh yes, I want to show you that funny bit, didn't I? Where are we? You'll see it looks roughly the same, but it isn't. If we look down here, that was me redoing the object loader because we had to change it. So of course I did it in a test program first before I did it anywhere else. But if you go back to there, you'll see how I set it up. I've got, come on, oh no, dev includes. So I actually have all the includes I'm going to use for what I'm developing. Then that was render engine, namespace, class, master renderer. This is a master renderer, and it's actually in the main CPP. And you can see all my notes everywhere, starting to mess it up. And it's end of dev, and we're back into int main for the actual test piece itself. which we're going to be, and as you can see, there's tons of notes in here of how I develop and, you know, like remove blah blah blah, simple terrain, blah blah blah, a world holder grid of terrains. So that was grid X and grid Y. So I haven't completed everything that I wanted to on here. I'm going to be transferring most of that into the new one, which is what we've done. So if I can close that, please, close workspace and open folder YouTube, please. Thank you. Let's just get back to here for our test, and this is where we're up to. So the test I'm still going to be on Linux. So even at this stage, I'm still using Linux. This is the last Linux series that I'll be doing for this anyway, because, well, I might come back and program more on here actually. I don't know. It depends how people feel. I mean, if I start getting people saying, no, do it on Windows, it's more popular, Windows. Yeah, but it's a crap environment for programming. As you're going to see when I do the game, I have to set it all up, and it's so awkward where I can do this so easily. And I can set it up so easily just by changing like JSON.task. I mean, it's ridiculously easy to use. So I'm just going to add that, and I'm just going to put test begin there, just as a note to myself when I look through well, it's the archives. I'll have a test marker. There we go, and we're all set for the next video now. All done. Episode 21 completed. It was easy to do once I'd realised what the mistake was. The mistake wasn't a typo. The mistake wasn't anything that we typed in. It was just where we put it. It was a design choice. It was a design error. And that design error rests on my head when I decided to put it in the wrong place. There you go. So we now have all our amber and our test. Yeah, it's looking good, looking very, very good now to do a full test. And oh, I didn't run it, did I? Close this folder. Sorry. Open folder, open workspace, and the skies workspace. Thank you. It comes onto debug. Start debugging. Will it do it? Will it do it? There you go. Different graphics, but hey ho. As you can see, I've got it using OpenGL 4.5, even though I've asked it for 3.3, as you know. It tells me that I'm loading these objects and the textures that I've got and where they are. So I've set this up completely differently. But as you can see, no, these are all the wrong way around because I've done it wrong. Oh no, I've turned the camera around, haven't I? So as you can see, it's that lighting. Watch the lighting here. It doesn't suddenly go dark. As you can see, it dims. It goes dimmer, 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 off. Lighter, 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 on. That is by design. And when I was doing the shaders, I said there's something very special about the shaders, and I never told you what, because I couldn't show it you. But now I can. That's the speciality of the shaders that I've written for you. They are pro shaders, and they work properly. Even on low polygon rubbish. As you can see, this is very low polygon rubbish, and my feet are through the floor. My feet do exist. I can show you. See, look, my feet do exist. It's just I've put the model too low or the floor too high. One of the two. That is looking in the. That's turning the camera around by 180 degrees. But you can see even on this surface, you can see how the light is juttering along as it goes, and that's the 800 surface, not the 30 by 30 that we're doing. There's no texture on that, it's just plain green. Or I put a plain green texture on it so you can't see it. I can't remember what I've done with that. There you go. So you know it's going to work. That's the test part that we're going to get to, and we're going to test it all out. It's going to work properly. There you go, press the key to continue. Yes, please. And I hope we're going to have some fun joys with it. Close workspace, please. And file. Open folder. And it's YouTube. There we are. We're back. Thank you very much for that VS Code. And this is why I use VS Code, because I can swap between things, I can look at things, I can go to a test bench anytime I want. This is going to be my new test bench, by the way. And anything that I do on this test bench is going to be done on YouTube, so there's going to be a film for it. So at the end of here, I can now start my to-do list, which is star. And then we just star backslash, we go inside it, and I put to do. I'll put it in capitals, why not? To do, okay. And our first to do is going to be change terrain to a height map. I know we want to do that, so I'll put it in. And this is how I do my to-dos. It's what I know we want. So any to-dos, I'm just going to put in there. If you suggest anything that you want, I will just add it there. And the top one gets done first. It is that easy. All I do is I will then go to, because we have the core design, we'll call this core. This is the core design. And then we'll have to make design choices on how to add that. Well, it's going to be an easy design choice for adding that because we've already made provision for it without you knowing. So we have our design choice already made for that. And that's going to be simple to do now, but we do have to obviously make a height map, and that means using GIMP to draw something. To draw 250 by 250. No, we'll make it an 8. I'm going to use an 800 by 800 now. We'll use a kilometre. Let's do 1000. Do 1024 by 1024. And we'll just create something there of 256. I'm not sure what we're going to do with this height map yet, but we'll see. Because it needs to be stretched out and it needs hills and it'll be really, really nice. So there we go. We've now actually started a test area. And when you start a test area, you should always start a dev area. So I'm going to put it in now. Dev area. Why not? I mean, we're going to have it. And that's just that. There we go. And dev area comes within test. So that's test. I'm thinking the dev area shouldn't be inside. That might not be a good place to put it. I think we should have our dev area outside. Otherwise it's going to conflict with whatever we've got in our main test area. Right, so we've got a dev area. Okay, I'm happy. That's it. So we've got a dev area. Namespace dev. There we go. We may as well namespace it whilst we're here. And that'll we can develop anything we want in there, and it won't interfere with whatever we've done because we'll put it in a separate main space as he knocks the microphone like a professional. We're all done. We're all done. We're set up now. We are really set up. So thank you. Thank you for watching my videos. Think about Patreon, supporting me on Patreon. Anybody who joins me on Patreon at the higher tier, I think it's $5 per month, You can request all the code. It's all on my server and it's all within a Git. So I will give you the codes to download it, or set it up for a download and then pass you something to type in. Can I think of anything else? It'll work on any system, obviously. That I do guarantee. We haven't put any Linux specific stuff in. We've used C++ and OpenGL and GLSL as pure forms, as pure languages, so they will work on any system. Otherwise, I'm happy. I'm such a happy joy person right now, because we actually have a library, and we can write our first test, and it's going to be so nice. I don't even know what resources we've got. Oh, we do. We have a couple of objects, and we do have a couple of textures, don't we? Yeah, we've got blue gold terrain. Yeah, okay. That'll be good. We'll use those. Fine. Okay. So we've got resources. We've got a test area. We're ready to go in the next series. I will say. The next series will be test. I can't say anything more. It's just awesome that we've come to the end of this. We've got the programming done. And that is just going to make my life so easy. We're just going to write a straightforward test in here and let it roll. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you to anybody who wants to watch this. I hope you've enjoyed. If you've learned something, you've learned something. If you haven't, my apologies. If you want to learn C, I will offer tutelage now. Somebody has mentioned it to me. And yes, I am now willing to offer tutelage. I am thinking of doing tutor episodes for Patreon as a 0 to hero programmer type series. I'm willing to do that, and that's going to be the new year. So people who want to become a patron and want to become part of that, that's fine. People who don't want to be a patron, that's fine. You've got this library now. It's all yours. You can do what you want with it. It's free. Disclaimer, you get what you get in. That's all I'm going to do for it. We're finished. Okay, I'm good. You can look at the tests. You can then look at the game that I write, and you can see whether it's worth using or not. It's your choice what you do with it. It's got full expandability. I've given you the full layout for how we designed it, so you know how to add to it. If you watch all the episodes, you'll know exactly how to add to it. You can look at the design notes and you'll see how it all fits together. And I'm hopefully making something that people can use in the future, because everything's going 3D. And this will work on a telephone. This will work on your telephones. All of those Android telephones are Linux based. And then, of course, there's a Microsoft-based telephones, the iPhones. It'll all work on there as well. And it's silly when you think about it at the end of the day that I've just written a 3D library that'll work on absolutely anything. Guaranteed. 100%. All you have to do is compile it on that setup. So when I go over to Windows, I will have to recompile it for Windows, which is why I had to do that vector change in the object loader, because Windows was sticking to C++ 17 a little too strictly for our liking. But hey ho, we live, we learn, we love. Windows. And that's it. That's it. I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you on the other side of testing and enjoying learning how to make a game from scratch with a library that we've written, with a maths that we've written. And we may have to write some more maths. Ouch. Doubt it. There's not much in the game. He says laughingly. So do take care. Really. Seriously, I mean this. Have fun. Please just have fun.